Hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. We are playing Grixis Twin once again, and this time we're playing against the Scapeshift deck. This is our opener. We've got 4 lands, a Pestamite, a Serum Visions and a Tasker, which is pretty nice. See one half of our combo, way to draw into some other things, and the Tasker to hopefully add some early pressure. So this looks fairly good. I'm going to play, so we're just going to lead off with our Polluted Delta, and crack that. I fetch up a Water Grave, given that we've already got a blue-red source in the form of Steam Vents, and that'll allow us to cast Tasker. I'm just going to run out the Serum Visions. See, we draw a Flooded Strand, and then we see a Lightning Bolt and a Vendilion Click. Both of the cards I'm happy with, so I decided to keep those. I think Bolt on top, and then the Vendilion Click second. I think we can be pretty aggressive with the hand we've got, so I'm happy running with this. Got these with a Breeding Pool, and suspends Search for Tomorrow. Let's run out of Flooded Strand, draw a Lightning Bolt. Turn. Draw a Vendilion Click. And place Peer Through Depths, revealing Search for Tomorrow by the looks of it. Yeah. So we've got another Search for Tomorrow off the Peer Through Depths. Search for Tomorrow comes off Suspend. Beginning of his upkeep. There's nothing really we can do about that. This Vendilion Click. Obviously looking to get rid of any Scapeshift in his hand. Or maybe even a hard counter spell. So he drops Mana Leak and then suspends Tomorrow. I have plenty of cards in my graveyard now, so we're going to be able to cast this Tasker for just the 1 mana, which is nice. And we might even be able to play this Pestamite if we want to. Looks like I just passed the turn on this one. Oh, we play it on end of turn. We look to. Opponent goes Crit Bounce. So maybe we should play that on upkeep. I'm not entirely sure why we decided not to. Maybe we just missed that. But I'm going to be able to cast Tasker again. It's a bit annoying. He doesn't bounce, but I think it's better than him drawing a card, I think. And he doesn't have a second green source at the moment, which bodes well for us in terms of him getting Scapeshift. He's not got too many lands on the board, so I think we're doing okay. And we just drew a Remand, which is always very, very good against Scapeshift. Just mean to be able to beat him down fast enough though. So, finds a second green source. It's another land. Plays a Tri-Belder. Shall slow us down a little bit in the beats. Maybe I should just bolted it so we get the 4 damage in, I suppose, but it doesn't make a great deal of difference, I don't think. So, on blocks, attacks the Tri-Belder, casts a Peer Through Depths, which gets him a Repeal, which isn't too great against Tasker. Quite expensive to repeal Tasker in general. He's probably got just about enough land. We use Tasker's ability, we're able to keep up Remand at the same time, and obviously nice to get some value where we can. Opponent decides to repeal the Tasker, which costs him all his mana, but that's reasonably fine. We've got Thought Scour, so we should be able to sort of refill our graveyard and recast him fairly easily. Tasker's ability drops Remand and Cryptic into the graveyard, which are both really good cards in this matchup. I think our opponent gives us Cryptic, which seems good. Certainly a hard answer, which is really nice. So depending on what he has on his hand, that seems pretty good. We have mana mana for a Remand and a Cryptic if we don't spend any more mana, so that seems good. And we actually found another land, so we can cast Tasigur and have Remand and Cryptic up, so that seems like a really good position to be in. I'm going to bolt my opponent because I don't really see any other situation in which I'm going to particularly need bolt, so just to fill up the graveyard a little bit more, not that we particularly need that. Draw Blood Crypt, play this Delta Crack, catch up a Swamp. Tasigur, leave Snapcaster in there because Snapcaster is always good. Plays a Valakut, which isn't doing anything at the moment. Goes for the Scapeshift, lead off with a Remand. Opponent remands his own Scapeshift, so he counters my own spell and gets the Scapeshift back into his hand in that situation. I could have Crypticked, but I don't particularly see the need. I feel like this is a better situation to be in. We've got Cryptic backup. I suppose if he's got more counter spells, maybe we should have just countered his Remand, I don't know, I suppose it's a question of whether we wanted to counter the Remand and then Remand the Scapeshift back into his hand, or we wanted to counter the Scapeshift and then have both Remands fizzle. So yeah, I just let it happen, but maybe there's an argument for just crypting the Scapeshift there. If he has another Scapeshift, that leaves us in pretty bad position. I decided just to use Tasigur's ability. My opponent gives us a Remand back, which seems really weird actually, particularly as a Spell Snare ended up in the graveyard. Given his Spell Snare would probably not do a great deal, but I suppose maybe he's got Remand or Mana Leak. But with so much land, I just think handing us counters is probably a bad idea. So attack for 4, I'll put it down to 8, I'll play out another land. Passes the turn, I'm going to activate Tasigur again. That gives us another Remand into our hand, which just seems to play really well for us. I don't see that being a particularly good choice, all in all. I'm going to attack. Draw, I think. I decided to remand because he doesn't have enough blue lands to play the Cryptic again. So we might as well just knock him down to 4 here, I feel. We'll play out another land. True Split the Twin, which doesn't do a great deal at this moment, but it's fine. We also have enough lands to Cryptic and Remand again, so not too worried. I'm going to Scapeshift, I'm going to Remand, and he just concedes. Obviously he's got Cryptic, but he could Cryptic, and he knows I've got another Cryptic in my hand because he gave it to me, so he's not going to win that counter war, and we're going to be able to attack and win next turn. So I thought just concede for that. So yeah, quite a game, but our counter spells really came through to us. Tasigur was great at applying pressure and just kept giving us value later into the game. So yeah, worked out really well. Let's go to game 2. So yeah, this works out a little better. Leave the chat open just in case. So all lands to begin with. This is our next hand. Double Serum Visions and a Lightning Bolt. Not the most exciting. Lightning Bolt's not great against Scapeshift in general. Obviously it helps kill them faster, which is always nice, but not a lot of creature targets exactly, so it's not the most exciting card. But having 2 spells that can draw us a lot deeper into our deck is nice, so I think we're just going to run with this. That leads off with Valakut. I draw a Pestamite, which is nice. Hopefully we can try and find a Split the Twin and combo off early. The Serum Visions reveals Pestamite and the land. I decided to put on both. Yeah, I think I'm looking for an early combo win at this point. So, I mean, second Pestamite would be fine, but not nearly as good as finding this for. So I'm playing on the Serum Visions, Fantasy Rexark, and Counter Flux. I think I keep the Counter Flux on top to counter his Scapeshifts. That was one of the cards I brought out of the sideboard. So it's nice, can't be remanded, can't be mana leaked, etc. So it's just a good, solid, hard counter for his Scapeshift. And I'm just going to pass here. Drew Steering Vision, so there's another counter for us, which is nice. Peer through depths, finding a, which isn't too worrying. Just going to cast that here, finding another breeding pool. Run to my counterflux. I was going to snap cast the mage, which is fine. He then goes for a Farseek. Could have played Pestamite to tap down his second one of the breeding pools, so he couldn't actually cast the Farseek off the Snapcaster. I actually like that play, and kind of wish I did it. So look at the best. Just going to bolt the Snapcaster. Probably not many other targets for the bolt, but that is one of them, so might as well. And we're just going to crack these fetches to just thin out our deck. Draw Polluted Delta. Just going to pass the turn. And cast a Search for tomorrow. We go for the Pest. I've done it earlier to prevent his Farseek because we've given him way too many lands now, but it sticks, which is nice. Draw another Pestamite. Can start attack of 2. We'll cast another Peer Through Depths, this time putting a Remand into his hand. Which again isn't too devastating. We'll cast Search for tomorrow. I'll try and play out another Pestamite, which again manages to stick. Back for 4. So really pressure our opponent. I'm going to cast this Tasigur as well to continue the pressure. Our opponent has Giga Drowse, which I wasn't too prepared for, and he's going to be able to tap, so I'm not going to be able to have Counterflux or Cryptic up, and this just paves the way for him getting the Scapeshift and the kill. And I was a little bit overconfident with my counters, so I've let my life reduce pretty far, so it's going to be fairly easy for him to kill me. Given that he has about 7 or 8 lands, I think he would be able to kill me regardless. So yeah, didn't quite work out for us. Felt like I was in a fairly strong position, but it was just Giga Drowse that got him there. Otherwise, I think I would have won this fairly easily. We were putting a lot of pressure on him, and we had Cryptic and Counterflux, which are great counters for his Scapeshift. So feel a little unlucky, but yeah, Giga Drowse is some pretty good tech against us, I guess. Very difficult to deal with, very difficult to counter. So there is that. So good use of sideboard tech there from our opponent, which ended up with us losing. So see if we can claim this back in game 3. So this is our opener. We've got Counterflux and the mana to cast it eventually. Thought Scour and a Tasigur, so we can get out an early Tasigur, as well as having Counterflux. It is annoying to draw 3 islands, so we're actually going to have to decide what land to get here. We can either get a Water Grave, which allows us to Thought Scour turn 1, so we can get a turn 2 Tasigur going, hopefully, or we can get Search of a red source, so we actually have Counterflux mana. I'm not sure which way I went with it. That just leaves off with Valakut. Yeah, it looks like I went into the Watery Grave. Fortunately, I draw into a Flooded Strand, so that don't really get punished for that. But yeah, went for the Watery Grave. Thought Scour drops a few cards into our graveyard. Can search for Steam Vents with this Flooded Strand and cast a nice early Tasigur, and we're able to keep it spell snare in case our opponent goes for a Peer Through Depths or a Remand or what have you. Going to attack 4, opponent down to 16. Serum Visions shows us Remand and Lightning Bolt. And the top thing, I'm not sure I particularly need Lightning Bolt, but I suppose I was just going for a faster kill. But I think I like Remand quite a lot. I'm going to Peer Through Depths on the end of turn. Just going to Spell Snare that, might as well. It's one of the cards we're looking to hit with that. Hard casts to Search for tomorrow, get another island. Deck 4, I'm going to put that to 12. Fairly good with the counters we've got in hand. Short of another Giga Drowse, I feel like we're in a fairly good position. Activate Tasigur, which is going to get us a bolt into hand. Draw a Vendilion Click as well, which is nice. We can actually cast Vendilion Click on opponent's draw step and have Remand up as well, so good. So put opponent down to 8. And yeah, he bolts us and then just gives up. Or maybe we saw the Vendilion Click coming on his upkeep. So yeah, obviously we're just able to control that, had the counters, and yeah, this seems like it is a pretty good matchup for us in general. Twin generally has a good matchup against Scapeshift, I'd say, and you don't really necessarily need to combo off. As you see here, we can just pressure with Tasigur and then hold back our counter spells, and also use Tasigur to gain some incremental advantage with its ability. So yeah, seems like a good matchup in general. Giga Drowse is certainly something to watch out for, but in general I like this matchup, and I think, like most other twin decks, has a very good Scapeshift matchup, which seems good.